Mia local poultry farm found on 0705 958 172. Mia local poultry farm found on Fort Potro Road, Chenjojo District, Ribale Trading Center. Call us if you need farm training, if you need one-day old chicks, anything you need to do with local farming, please just give us a call, 0705 958 172. Now, what are we going to talk about in today's episode? Now, today we are going to talk about the last pillar. Remember, we talked of the 5 pillars, the 5 things you need to put in place if you need to have a successful farm. Today we are going to talk about the last pillar, and we are not going to talk about those pillars again. We are going to proceed to another thing. Now, what were the 5 pillars, if I'm to remind you? The first one was good nutrition. We said you need to feed your birds very well. Second was the management. If you don't have good management, good workers, good managers in place, then you will fail your farm. Okay. The third one, we talked about the genetics. Those are the good breeds. If you don't get good breeds, then the breeds you have may not give you what you need, and this will also affect the results of your farm. Now, the fourth one was marketing. We have talked about marketing. We said if you don't do marketing, then trust me, you'll not succeed in local poultry farming. Now, today we are going to talk about the 5th one and the last one, and this is vaccination. Now, vaccination, just as you hear vaccination, I think in children it's called immunization. It's the same thing, okay? Like I told you here, we don't use a lot of English. We just want to understand these things. Now, why do we need to vaccinate our birds? Someone the other time told us that, guys, you deal in local poultry, you deal in these local poultry, okay? And then why do you need to vaccinate? Because where he or she grew up from, at the judge's place, at the grandma's place, in the villages, they just had chicks and they leave them, they go, they inbreed, they do whatever, and they would grow. Okay? Yes, you are very right. Now we're going to talk about why we need to vaccinate our birds. Okay? Remember, those birds you used to leave them, they go outside, they have vitamins from the sun, different vitamins from the sun. They will eat this and that, they will eat different greens, and in those greens they go on pecking. There is a lot of other body nutrients they pick from there. Now, you are having your birds confined in one place. They are in a chicken pool, okay, and they are not getting outside. Now, for as long as these birds are confined in one chicken house, that means it's you who is supposed to give them everything their body needs. Okay? Let's not forget, let's not compare the birds that you're going to leave to go and loiter around on free range outside versus the birds that you are confined in one place. Okay, now very fast, vaccination. First of all, the first disease that we vaccinate is called Marex. Okay, this one, if you don't want to understand, please, you can just cram it, it's okay. Marex is the first disease you vaccinate. Every time your chicks are hatched from the hatchery, the real first day these chicks come out of the hatchery, or what you may call the incubator, okay, you vaccinate them against a disease called Marex. Now, Marex is one of the killer diseases in poultry. I think it's the most killer disease in poultry. It has no cure, okay? We only prevent it by vaccination. Now, why do we need to vaccinate these chicks from Marex? Now, a little bit of Marex. How does Marex come about? Now, Marex is found, you get it when you get your eggs. Let's assume one farm, you pick your eggs, let's say 100 eggs, you take them to the hatchery. Now, these commercial hatcheries, different people are bringing eggs from different farms. Now, you can find that at me, a local poultry farm, I take my eggs, maybe my eggs came with, let's say, fowlpox. And then maybe another farmer brings her eggs from another farm, and they came with, let's say, Newcastle. Then there is another farmer who brought her eggs from another farm and they came with maybe fall typhoid. Okay, now these different diseases that come with these eggs, you know, when the parent stock have these diseases, in most cases they pass them on, okay, on the eggs. How clean are the eggs? Okay, now some people don't clean their eggs very well. They just pick them from the chicken house and put them in a tray and then send them to the hatchery. Now those eggs that come from different farms with different diseases on them, now these diseases, they come together and they form what we call Marex. Okay, these many diseases that come from different farms on the eggs, they are what causes the Marex disease. Now this one is going to be different if you are doing your own hatchery. Let's assume you have your own incubator or you have your own hatchery at your farm, and it's only your eggs that you are hatching from your farm, then you may not need to vaccinate against Marex. Only if you want, you can do that, because you're not getting these so many diseases from the different farmers. Secondly, for those of you who have your chickens at home and they are hatching their own eggs, there is no need for you guys to vaccinate against Marex, because it's your chicken that is hatching its own eggs. Okay, so you're not getting these so many diseases that are going to come together, different eggs, and hatch them, unless if you're going to pick eggs from different farms and give them to this mother parent stock and hatch these eggs. So for as long as your chickens at home are the ones hatching their own eggs, there is no need for you guys to vaccinate against Marex. But for as long as you are taking your eggs to those commercial hatcheries where different people are going to bring different eggs, okay, for hatching, then the first thing when these chicks come out of the incubator or of the hatchery, you need to vaccinate. We usually vaccinate it here at the we vaccinate it. I think I will insert some clip here showing you how we vaccinate against Marex. So we use the injection, we vaccinate it here behind the neck here. I will insert a clip to show how we vaccinate against Marex. Now Marex is vaccinated at day 1. Okay, please, wherever you guys are buying your chickens from, make sure they are vaccinated against Marex. At Mia Local Poultry Farm, when you buy 1-day-old chicks, we cannot give them to you without vaccinating them against Marex and against Newcastle. Okay, this one is a must. Even if you say you give me the chicks, I will vaccinate them myself, we shall tell you that, guys, please be patient, because we know you'll take these chicks to your farm, you will not vaccinate against Marex. And Marex, by the way, it has the slowest, they call it the incubation period. I think they call it the incubation period. Now, what do I mean by this? For Marex to come out and you see that your chicken have Marex, it takes 3 months. So you're going to feed these birds from the first day to the first month to the second month to the third month, even when they are almost going to the market, because we take the cocks at 4 months. Before they are going to the market, then they will start dying from Marex. Okay, I think you guys have now understood about Marex. We can move on to another disease. Now the next killer disease is called Newcastle. Newcastle is also vaccinated at day 1. However, Newcastle is different from Marex. Marex, we vaccinate it once, only 1 day, we don't vaccinate it again. But for Newcastle, we don't stop vaccinating against Newcastle. What do I mean by this? When you vaccinate for the first time at 1 day, then you need to vaccinate again after 7 days. Okay, then you need to vaccinate, I think, again after when they are making 28 days. Okay, and then you'll start vaccinating them again, Newcastle, when I think they are about 2 months. And every month, for as long as you have the parent stock, you have those hens at your farm, you need to keep vaccinating them against Newcastle. Vaccinating Newcastle never stops, okay? The rest of the diseases can stop, but for Newcastle, it goes on and on and on and on. So that means when your chicks reach 2 months, you're going to be vaccinating them every after 1 month, 1 month, 1 month, for as long as you have them at your farm. Now, what is the other disease? Now I'm going to be so fast. The other disease is Gomboro. Gomboro is another killer disease. We vaccinate it at 14 days and then 21 days. Okay. Now the other disease we vaccinate is Newcastle IB. Guys, get a difference. We said we vaccinate against Newcastle. Now there is another disease called IB, infectious bronchitis. We vaccinate it also, and then after there is a disease called Newcastle IB, or there is a vaccination called Newcastle IB. So let's not mix the two. There is Newcastle alone, there is IB alone, and then there is one vaccination that is called Newcastle stroke IB. Also, you have to vaccinate it to your birds. Now later, at a later stage, when they're almost making, or when they have made 2 months, we shall vaccinate against 2 diseases. The first one will be fowlpox. Now what is fowlpox? We've talked, I think, about fowlpox here before, but just to remind you, fowlpox in most cases are the signs. You see this comb here, that red comb on top, and then the legs. You'll come and then you find, I think I will try to insert a picture showing you how fowlpox looks like. So when your chickens have fowlpox, if they are laying, trust me, they will stop laying. They may not lay again for the next 3 weeks or 1 month if you don't rush to treat this. So when you vaccinate your chickens against fowlpox, it's going to help you in that. When you get this disease, it's going to be easier for you to. Your chickens are going to be a little bit immune, so it's not going to hit you. They are not going to die, but it's going to give you time to treat it. Okay. Now, fowlpox, and the next one is going to be fall typhoid. These 2 diseases, especially fowlpox, it's very, very hard to vaccinate. These other vaccines, you can just put some drop on the eye, but for fowlpox, guys, you need someone who is qualified to do it for you. Okay, I will try to insert a picture and show you how we do it, but if you have never done it, if you don't know how to do it, please don't try to do it, otherwise you'll kill your birds. Okay, we vaccinate here in the wing. Okay, there is a way we look for some veins and make sure that vaccine enters in those veins. So if you have never done it, please get someone who is qualified to teach you how to do it. If you cannot do it, pay someone. It's not expensive to come and vaccinate these birds for you. Okay, so don't forget, if you don't vaccinate these birds, when a disease comes and hits them, you may lose most of your birds. So vaccination doesn't mean that the diseases are not going to come and hammer your birds. No, it doesn't mean that your diseases are not going to be being affected by those. Your birds are not going to be affected by those diseases. It simply means when these diseases come, your birds are going to be a little bit immune, and they can live with these diseases for some time. Their body will fight them as you administer some drugs, administer some medicine, so that you can kick out that disease. So guys, vaccination is very important, just like the other 4 pillars that we have been talking about: the nutrition, the good breeds, management, marketing, and everything. So if you don't vaccinate in time, your chickens can be stunted. Your chicken may not grow at the speed you want them to grow. They may not give you the eggs at the exact time you expect them to lay. So don't forget that if you want your chickens to lay, and maybe they spend another 2 months without laying, in these 2 months you're going to put in a lot of feeds. Okay, they are going to be eating on your pocket. So guys, let's do everything that we're supposed to do. Mia Local Poultry Farm 0705-958-172. Call us if you have any question, if you have any inquiries. Thank you for liking this YouTube channel. Please take 2 seconds, 3 seconds to subscribe. Hit that bell notification if you haven't, so that you can be the first to watch any episode that we upload. Mia Local Poultry Farm. Call us only for local chickens, okay? Local chickens, not broilers, not layers, not crailers. Local chickens, because we know through the local chickens, you guys have already started seeing that you can make a difference in your lives. You guys, the ones we started with, I think you have seen that now you can make that money each and every week. Guys, please come out here, give those testimonies. We love you so much. Bye-bye.